Well, what I've been doing lately, I've been picking through my firewood, and those ash trees that we brought back earlier. Well, anytime I find something that's relatively straight and of a decent size, I've been cutting boards out of them. I got a whole pile of 1-inch boards. Well, now on some of these that are a little smaller, it would be hard to get much in the way of a board out of this. Yeah, you could do it, but not real well. What I've been doing with these is making beams out of them. Now, there again, I used the Haddon, which is simply this contraption that bolts or just screws onto your bar. Make one pass down, one pass back. That knocks the two slabs off. Now I'll just pop this. It's a 2x6 that I'm using, which is really 2x5.5. But that fits on the Haddon perfectly. It's without, you can run 2x4s. You can do whatever. There's an adjustable deal there. But at the full width, it runs on this 2x6. And now what I'll do is I'll just pop these. It's 2 nails tacking it on. Pop them out, flip it to the side, and then I'll make 2 passes, one here, and I'll have a good solid 6x6 beam out of the heartwood. And then these slabs, which make excellent firewood, I cut them about 1.5 foot and then just split them once. But I still got quite a little of that to go through, that firewood. But this is exactly how I'm doing, like that big oak that's sitting in the background. The wall logs for the cabin are being done that way. You just tack this on, made 2 passes, except they're a little bit more work. This stuff cuts pretty easy. And you get a nice square piece of wood out of it. So anything that isn't too bendy, if I think I can get a 6x6 out of it, like that one there, I think is probably going to end up firewood. But I got a few other ones in the pile yet that I can make into 6x6. But like I say, if they're bigger, if I can get like an 8-inch board, a good one, I could probably get an 8-inch out of this, but I need some beams. I got quite a pile of boards already. I need beams. Or I'll find them more useful. Or I could cut, like what I've done before. Now this is 6 inches. Well, I could flip this to the side, take the Haddon, knock a flat here. Then I could take the Alaska and I could cut off 2-inch ones, and I'd have a whole pile, of 2x6s. But I'm thinking beam. But these Haddons are really handy for that. The Alaskan is nice once you get things squared up and you can start cutting boards. But for these, you can get the most out of your stick of lumber with that Haddon. It just sets you up nice to use the Alaskan. Man, I can flip her and start cutting. But that is exactly how the wall logs are made, just on a larger scale. And for this I can get by with a 20-inch bar. For those big oaks, I'm looking 24, and that barely sneaks through.